Understand like why a specific symbol might be offensive.
I see all the Make America Great Again hats, so that's a good crowd. Those are good hats.
I'm Mr. Beats. I recently did something I haven't been doing much of lately. Get out of my basement. I hit the streets of my hometown of Lawrence, Kansas, asking people what they thought about this symbol. What better place to do this than the middle of the country? Am I right? I just want to get your opinion. I'm just going to show you the object, and I just want to get your reaction. What this object symbolizes to you, okay? Okay. Do you recognize this symbol?
Definitely.
Okay, you recognize this?
Yeah.
Yes, I recognize that. Yes.
Yes.
I recognize that. I've never seen it in the wild before, though.
Okay, you know, like in the Bible, they say like the mark of the beast would be bestowed upon the people.
What does this symbolize to you? What does this object symbolize to you?
A very bad president.
Trump.
And obviously symbolizes Trump's 2016 campaign, presidential campaign.
Should never been president, that's all I'm gonna say.
Basically Trump's whole fan group, because
Trump's whole presidency, really, and I don't know, the controversy behind it.
Anything more than that, though?
I would say populism, American populism.
Make America Great Again symbolizes something that I think is outstanding. I love it.
It's vague. I think there isn't much concrete there. It's just vague populism.
Make America Great Again is a wonderful, wonderful slogan. It's positive. It's thinks it's inclusive, but if you dig deeper, it's the exact opposite.
You know, people had good intentions trying to come out with that, but I think it was kind of offensive, and you know, it's again, I think a crowd uses that like as a symbol of something that's probably a little bit of a stretched idea.
Like even this message, "Make America Great Again," do you think even that message alone is like always associated just with him?
Yeah, because really, instead of doing things actually making us positive, we went so far back.
That's like assuming that America's not great anymore and that there's specific reasons about our culture right now that aren't great.
It symbolizes racism,
ignorance, and hate for those who honestly didn't care about getting their facts right.
elitism,
the unwillingness to change and the unwillingness to like listen to others, understand like why a specific symbol might be offensive.
Anti-immigration.
The problem is once you wear something that symbolizes the man, it ends up
Everything that goes against what I believe.
that also carries everything the man represents.
It's more of an idea rather than just for Donald Trump.
Yeah.
If you're running around with that hat, like that's my favorite color in the world. I love red, as you can see.
It's the same exact red.
He wasn't trying to make America great again. He was trying to make America great when it was like 60, 70 years ago. We a different society, bro. We do different things now, so.
A hat that's red, do you automatically think it's this?
A little. Yeah.
It's dividing of two different, very polarizing.
He's been accused of so much and so many things that even if maybe it's not true, the symbol he is still symbolize those things he's been accused of.
A lot of people wear it just to kind of spark controversy now. It's almost a statement.
Yeah.
It's like they're trolling.
Well, it's a fashionable thing almost. That's what I would say.
Oh, wait, fashionable? I never heard that actually before. Why is it fashionable?
It's controversy. Everybody wants their outfit to like say something, and somebody kind of gets a reaction from it. So if you wear that, obviously you're gonna have someone like, you know,
like I am right now. And yes, today the Make America Great Again hat is a very controversial symbol in the United States. But why? It seems harmless. In fact, it seems kind of nice on the surface. Make America Great Again. Speaking as an American, I think every American can agree that we want our country to be great. Although that word again, it is a bit loaded ain't it? Well, first of all, it was controversial for me to buy this, but just putting on one of these hats can be a dangerous thing to do. Well, I put on the hat, but what does that really mean? Well, I can tell you one thing. Just wearing it will get you some really dirty looks.
You were definitely right. I'm starving. I hope this place is good.
Yeah, it's great. It's a big portions on the food and everything. It's really a fantastic place.
You know what else I've been thinking? Really thinking about this Ethiopia thing.
Yeah, actually, I heard that we have some budget cuts and Ethiopia is a little expensive to shoot in.
But it also can get you some high fives and possibly save you from getting beat up by an angry biker.
I'm sorry, I didn't see you. Just be more careful next time, okay? Will do. Okay.
So let's go into some background about this hat and the slogan that's on it.
Matt, why are you wearing that? Take that off.
Okay, sorry. So variations of the slogan, Make America Great Again, have been around for a while. For example, many of you watching right now are probably already familiar with Ronald Reagan's 1980 presidential campaign in which he used the slogan, Let's Make America Great Again. But before that, some Barry Goldwater supporters advertised a similar slogan when he ran for president in 1964.
That message where I'll give you America Great Again is, if you're a white Southerner, you know exactly what it means, don't you? What it means is, I'll give you the economy you had 50 years ago, and I'll move you back up on the social totem pole and other people down.
Yeah, but Bill, what about this?
I believe that together we can make America great again.
Yeah, when he first ran for president, he said it in multiple speeches. Many don't know this, but the association of Make America Great Again with Donald Trump goes back as early as January 1st, 2012. That was when some Trump supporters filed paperwork in Texas to create the Make America Great Again party with hopes that he would run as a third-party candidate in the presidential election of 2012. Well, Trump didn't run for president that year, but after the election, he started using the slogan regularly, both online and in person. He even got the slogan trademarked, although apparently not exclusively on merchandise. After noticing that he failed to do this, Bobby Bones, a well-known radio and TV personality and Dancing with the Stars winner, bought the rights to sell the slogan on apparel. He sold all Make America Great Again apparel through his own company and gave all the profits to St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. He also called out Trump publicly, saying he'd give up the exclusive rights to the merchandise if Trump donated $100,000 to St. Jude. Apparently, Trump actually did this, and on November 11th, 2015, the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office made the transfer official. By that time, Trump had been campaigning for president for several months and was using the slogan more and more.
We're gonna make America great again.
And soon, the Make America Great Again red hat, or MAGA hat, became the quickest and most iconic way to show the world that you not only supported his campaign, but you fully supported him. He even regularly wore the MAGA hats, and they became so important to his campaign for president that at one point his team spent more money making the hats than on anything else. That included even on TV commercials, and they sold the hats for $25. Despite the price, millions of people bought the hats, and they became easily identifiable, not just because of the slogan on them. In fact, as the election came closer, you could be walking down the street with any red hat on, and people might assume you were a Donald Trump fan. Even before Trump won the election, he had started thinking about another brilliant new slogan in case he ran for re-election. It was Keep America Great. And while he famously began filing the paperwork to be an official candidate for re-election the day he was sworn in as president, many don't know that Trump trademarked Keep America Great 2 days before that. But the MAGA hats and the Make America Great Again slogan were both so popular that Trump and his campaign team continued to use them. For the first few months of his presidency, he tweeted the slogan dozens of times. Throughout his presidency, he also repeated the slogan over.
We will make America great again.
And over.
Make America great again.
And over.
Make America great again.
And over.
And we will make America great again.
And over again.
And we will make America great again.
In fact, 4 years later, instead of ending his convention speech with "Keep America Great," Vice President Mike Pence just said this instead.
We will make America great again. Again.
Meanwhile, some critics called "Make America Great Again" a loaded phrase since they viewed it as coded language, meaning it nostalgically longed for a time when those who formerly had power and status could once again have it returned. In other words, bring back the status quo of the old times. Trump supporters argue that that was a bunch of bullcrap. They said it was just nostalgic for the time when the country had higher status in the world. And they had a point, since, according to many metrics, the United States had fallen behind compared to several other countries when it came to education, healthcare, and economic opportunity. Regardless, the MAGA hat had also become a quick and easy way to troll critics of Trump. Just putting it on could make Trump haters upset. When the musician Kanye West met with Trump at the White House wearing the hat, he may have said that it made him feel like Superman, but many folks were disappointed seeing him wear it. Many folks were also quick to judge a Kentucky high school student named Nick Sandman and his friends standing next to him when several filmed him staring down an Omaha tribe leader named Nathan Phillips in front of the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C. on January 18th, 2019. Then he watched the footage in disgust at Sandman and his friends, even though they knew hardly anything about the kids or the context of the confrontation. As soon as the hat went on, people made assumptions.
Media, if you can get me, Glenn Beck, to do this.
But perhaps it is easy to understand why.
And in case you're only listening to us on radio, I just donned a red Make America Great Again hat.
There were multiple critics of Trump who later expressed support of him through the one simple gesture of putting on the MAGA hat. Even at the end of his presidency, Trump was tweeting "Make America Great Again." In fact, here is his last tweet before Twitter suspended his account.
The 75 million great American patriots who voted for me, America first, and Make America Great Again, will have a giant voice long into the future. They will not be disrespected or treated unfairly in any way, shape, or form.
Today, the Make America Great Again hat is the most recognizable symbol of Donald Trump's presidency. It has become a pop culture phenomenon, and it is evidence of the marketing genius of Trump. That hat's success has not been replicated in any other presidential campaign, although it has surely been tried. It proves that Trump has been able to get his message out better than any of his rivals, and it even turned into a movement. The MAGA hat is also evidence that fashion is such a powerful way of quickly revealing an identity. Today, even wearing any kind of red baseball cap is too iffy to wear due to fear of association with Trump. Similar to the Confederate flag, to some, the MAGA hat has become a symbol of racism, mostly due to them thinking Trump himself is racist. In addition, some have argued that some of his policies are racist. And Trump was a historically unpopular and controversial president, especially after he refused to accept the results after losing the 2020 presidential election. Many argue his words heavily influenced the mob of his supporters to storm the U.S. Capitol on January 6, 2021. So basically, if you think Trump and his policies are horrible, it's no surprise you're going to be immediately repulsed by the MAGA hat. As rumors of a possible 2024 presidential run swirl, the MAGA hat continues to sell well. But it also continues to be quite controversial, to a point where I was nervous just holding one up on the street, even though I was in Kansas. A special shout out to my friend Dan for helping me film this video. But what do you think? When you see one of these hats, or when you see a red hat, even just in general, do you automatically think it's a Trump supporter? What does this hat mean to you? Let me know in the comment section. Also, this video has a companion video, or a twin video, if you will. It's linked below, and I asked those same folks on the street what their opinion was of another controversial symbol, the Confederate battle flag. And so I turned that into a separate video. Go ahead and check it out now. I'll see you over there. One final thing, both of these videos are probably demonetized, so your support on Patreon and through outlets like PayPal are much appreciated. Thanks for watching.